Hey, Drunk Spider-Man here, and today I will be playing KillingFloor, a game that I have loved to play since 2009. Um, this game is done by Tripwire Entertainment, Tripwire International, Tripwire Interactive, something like that, and is amazing. I love it. I've played it forever, and I completely plan on playing it forever, and I completely plan on getting KillingFloor 2 when it comes out. Um, so I'm just going to give you guys a basic rundown of classes and game mechanics and stuff like that. So first off, you got your medic, who is probably one of the best for solo play, which is what I'm doing right now. But I'm not going to play him, and I'll tell you why. The field medic is, like I said, probably one of the best characters for single players, just because they move faster, they can heal themselves better, better body armor. Like they just have basically improvements on everything that everyone else gets. Just they get all of it instead of specific. So they're a really good balance player. The one downside to it, though, is you have to level them up in multiplayer, because if you look down here, it says next level requirements, and you have to heal your teammates, which you cannot do in single player. You can do it in private matches, and it still counts, but you can't do it to yourself when you're playing single player, so that's kind of a downside. Next one up is the support specialist, and they are the shotgun carriers. They're your heavies, more or less. They're just brutal. You get some of the best zombie gives with support. Like you think you get it with demo, but no, you get it with support. And what's cool about how this game works is the more you upgrade a class, the better perks you get. So right now, like my support's level 4, so I get all this cool stuff, like more damage, better penetration, so you can really penetrate those zombies real good, because that's what we're all after. You get more ammo, you do more damage, all that stuff. You carry more grenades, you can carry more weight, which is a thing, but not that big of a thing. Weight in this game, basically all guns have weight, and that's essentially how you can configure your inventory, because like there's money and there's weight, and so you can buy the guns, but sometimes you can't carry the guns because your weight, or because you're already carrying heavier guns, which is kind of a bummer. Also, the more weight you have, the slower you move. But kind of talk about that a little bit later. So you got your sharpshooter, who is the easiest class to level up, because you're in every class your starting gear is a knife, a pistol, a welder, and a healing syringe. Now you can level up your sharpshooter just by getting headshots, and one of the weapons that count towards it is the starting pistol. So you can get that with any class. So I could play commando, and as long as in the first wave I'm shooting stuff in the head, I'm gonna start putting points towards my sharpshooter, which is why my sharpshooter is level 6, which is the highest level in the game. And at level 5 and at level 6, you start with gear, with class gear that's different than the starting loadout. So with the medic, at level 5 you start with body armor. I have no idea what you start with at level 6, but it's probably a gun. With the sharpshooter, at level 5 you start with a lever action, and at level 6 you start with a crossbow. So I'm going to play him for the start of this, because I don't really like the crossbow, but I can sell it for extra money, so I can use whatever class I switch to, because you can switch classes in between waves. Commando, who I don't really like, as you can tell, because he's my lowest level character, is your machine gun guy. So you walk around, you have like your machine guns, your assault rifles, stuff like that. That is all the commando. It's kind of cool because you get less, you do more damage, less recoil, more ammo, and the thing that both I like and don't like about the commando is you can see invisible enemies, which are the stalkers, which is awesome. Like it lights them up so you can actually see them when they're invisible, so you can shoot them easier, and you can see enemies' health. The thing I don't like about that is, to level them up, you have to kill stalkers, and you have to kill a lot of stalkers, as you can see, to level up, which is a pain in the butt, because especially when you're playing online with other players, because they're gonna kill those stalkers before you have the chance to, and a lot of people won't leave them for you to kill because they want the money. So he's hard to level up. Next one down is the Berserker. Now the Berserker is fun. You are hack and slash machine. You're the melee weapon guy. You take less damage. You're tanky. You move faster when you have a melee weapon out. You can't get grabbed by clots, which I'll talk about later. And you get it's fun. You get right up close to stuff and you just slice away. Yeah, it's fun. It's hard to play good, but man, is it fun to play regardless. Next one down is Firebug. Exactly what it sounds like. You burn stuff. You light stuff on fire. You get really weird, cool guns. One of them being a weapon that one of the zombies actually have. You also get flare revolvers, and like it's a fun class to play as well. You just light stuff on fire and run away. Also hard to level up because you have to do damage with flame weapons. And I think that also includes like damage after you light something on fire, which is easy to level up on single player, really hard to level up in multiplayer because usually people will kill stuff before your fire fully burns them and runs out. So again, that's kind of a pain in the butt to level up in multiplayer, but still really fun to play. Last but not least, the demo. You are the grenade guy. You carry more grenades. You have more pipe bombs. You get the grenade launchers, all the grenade launchers. Like it's just like you just blow shit up. You're the AOE master. You just blow legs off zombies, and you get really cool gibs too. But you get cooler with the sport, in my opinion. So I'm just gonna go on here and select the sharpshooter. You can change your skins. I bought some DLC, so I have like the steampunk skins and stuff, but you don't need the DLC for anything. But what's nice about it is fairly cheap, and you do get extra guns and stuff too. So let's get this bad boy started. As you can see in that video is advertising the DLC, but yeah, okay. So I'm playing on West London, and this is a short match, just because I don't want this video to run on too long. Here comes the wave. So basically the gameplay takes place in two different types. You have the cooldown in between waves, and then you have the waves themselves. Pardon me, good sirs. Sorry, I'm using an axe right now just because I picked it up. Okay, so run down to zombies. Actually, I should finish up the waves. So you have like the time in between waves where you can go to the trader and buy gear. That's where you get most of your gear, although you can pick it up off the ground. You can also pick ammo off the ground, as well as, see right there, that's an ammo box. You can grab that, and it refills a bunch of your ammo. You also buy ammo from the trader as well, not just guns. Alright, so this little bastard right here in front of me is called the Clot. Now, they're the most basic zombie. They don't do much. They don't do a whole lot of. I have to talk about the gore fast because he's right in my face. Gore fast, he'll charge you. Ow. So he'll run at you, he'll swing his knife and try to cut you. Get out of my way, Clot. And he's pretty nasty. It's kind of like the second most common enemy in this game. They're a pain in the butt in large groups because they just kind of flail around like that. Yeah, they're dicks. What's happening right now is Z time. It's like a bullet time in the game, and when you're playing online, everyone gets it. So yeah, anyway, go back to the Clot. Clot's not that threatening in by himself, but in groups, they can actually grab you and hold you until the rest of the zombies come up. Like I think they just want a friend, really. They just want to hold you close, and they just want to feel your body pressed against theirs. So I'm playing on normal difficulty right now as well, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, clots they're annoying more than anything, but they can still kill you. Like they still do damage, and like I said, in large groups it can get pretty nasty. But yep. And behind them, this guy right here, that's the bloat. Now he's basically your standard zombie bloat, like from games like Left 4 Dead and stuff like that. Throws up on you. If you shoot him, he'll blow up. But a handy trick for this game is if his zombie's head's been removed, it can't use essentially like its special abilities. So if you shoot a Clot's head off, it can't grab you. It can only attack you. If you shoot a bloat's head off, it can't throw up on you. And if you wait long enough, well then, I just didn't expect that to kill him. If I would have just shot his head off, he would have just walked around for a little bit and fell over instead of exploded. Because that explosion, that bile will burn you, and it eats through armor, I believe, faster than it does your health. But it still sucks. It's going to buy some body armor. I'm actually going to go support, because it's a fun class. And yeah, it's really fun to play, and like I said, you get pretty amazing gibs. So that was the trader. You just kind of walk in. There's an arrow in the top left corner of the screen that points you to where the trader is and shows you your distance to her. You buy your guns and stuff from her. She's pretty nice. She does have kind of expensive prices for some stuff, but like the potato. Oh god, the potato. So yeah, most weapons have, well, some weapons have an alt fire, it's called, and default it's middle mouse button, and all it does is like do like the weapon's other ability. So with the combat shotgun, which is what I currently have, it's a flashlight. Yeah, it's spectacular, isn't it? Big old flashlight. So, see how the trader moves between waves. I'm pretty sure it's random. I haven't spent the time to try to actually figure out what the pattern is, if there is a pattern. So if you see right here, that's a lever action. There, you find them just on the ground. It's one of the basic guns you find on the ground. You find the bullpup, you find the standard shotgun, you find the lever action, and you find pistols. So what's nice about the combat shotgun is you actually don't have to pump it in between shots. So it's you still have to load it shell by shell, but like I said, you don't have to load it between shots. So Z time is pretty much random. Each class has it a certain amount of times, and you can extend it after you level up the class to a certain extent. Okay, so because she's right here trying to eat my face, I'm going to talk about the Stalker. So that invisible chick is called the Stalker, and you can tell them by the shimmer and by their shadow. They only appear right before they try to kill you, and they're pretty gross. So as a commander, those are what you have to kill. They're pretty weak, but they hit hard. So in behind these right beside these Gorfasts there is a siren, and now they are awful. Their scream hits you through armor. Detonates grenades, or no, it doesn't even detonate grenades. It disables grenades, as well as other explosives. So I recommend killing them quick because they'll kill you pretty quick. Enough of them, they will, yeah, they're not good, because like I said, they hit through armor, and they showed a lot of hate. Pardon me, good sir, don't throw up on me, please. So, a good tactic to do if you're away from the trader is to leave the last enemy alive, last zombie alive, and try to get to the trader so you have the most amount of time in the trader to buy your weapons and what have you. And multiplayer in these tunnels is one of the best spots to hide as a group, and you have people watching each end of the tunnel because zombies don't actually spawn inside the tunnels. I'm gonna sell that lever action. I'm gonna need something big, so the hunting shotgun. Cool. So the hunting shotgun, what's nice about it is its alt fire fires both barrels at the same time, which is a lot of damage in a short, like a really small area. The one downside of it, though, is you cannot reload in between shots. So you do have to fire both shells before you can reload. Okay, so if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen, you will see my health, my armor, my class, and my load. So right now I have 19 out of 20 kilograms. So that means I'm moving really slow. Well, not really slow, but slower than I would if I was carrying a lighter load, even when I have the knife out. This game doesn't have a sprint, and the way it makes up for that is if you have your knife out, you have a melee weapon out, you move faster. Berserker has that to a higher extent because that's their shtick. But everyone moves faster with the knife out, rather than the primary weapons. Oh, that's pretty sad. Stalker. You gotta watch out for them. Another cool thing though is your character, if you listen to what they're saying, will actually give away what enemies are coming for you. Like your character has certain sayings that he'll say all the time when there's a certain type of enemy around, like "Mind that bloody great knife," when a Gorfast is coming after you. Or, oh, it's that invisible bitch again when the stalkers are around. Okay, so that guy with the chainsaw on his arm, he's really subtle. That's a Scrake. Now they are, I think I guess you classify them as like kind of mini bosses. I'll talk about you in a second, Husk. They're up there. They're really tough. They are like exactly what they look like. They're a dude with a chainsaw on his arm. If he closes distance, he hurts a lot. He has two different types of kind of settings. He has his normal walk, which is what you're seeing right now, and he has his charge, which is scary. So if you put enough shells into him, or shots into him, he'll charge, like so, and he'll just charge right at you, and he's a pain in the butt. But because I've played this game enough that I know how to deal with them and can prompt them, and usually it's better to try to clean up the lesser zombies, I guess, the ads, before you fight him. Ow. So if you saw that fireball come out of that crowd, that is a Husk. Now, they're the only ranged zombie. And they have Minecraft skeleton archer. like aiming ability and will hit you more than will miss unless you know what you're doing. So he's got that little, so that fireball launcher you can get as a pyro, which is pretty cool. Stop shooting me! I'm trying to talk about you. He also has a melee attack, so he'll swing his arm. But he's actually ends up being pretty weak. Like I wouldn't say he's like the toughest zombie, but he's not the weakest either. And I think he has a fire resist, I want to say, or at least it feels like it when you're trying to fight him as a pyro. Like when you light him on fire, he seems to be able to do it pretty well, or take it pretty well. Can I pick that up? No, I cannot. So yeah, I'm already on wave 4, which is pretty cool because I'm playing on a short game. Just because I didn't want to stretch this video out too long. And I'm going to get the good old AA-12. Now this is probably one of the best weapons you can get as a support. It's a fully auto shotgun, so I mean, you line enough zombies in a big crowd and you can just end them. And I'm going to actually show you guys another part of this game mechanic, which is the welding. So, if you're trying to hold out in a room, you can actually weld the doors. Now, normally it won't weld this fast, but because I'm support, it does. It's part of the support's leveling up, is to weld doors hit points. So what happens is mobs will beat on that door. There's 2 husks down there. Those keep pounding on the door, and that percentage will go down. And you can top it up. And if you alt fire with it, you can actually open it up, open that door up. So yeah, husks are annoying if they're behind a group of enemies because you can't get to them and all they do is shoot fireballs at you. But if you play the game enough, you learn to predict. Oh god, that's a flesh pound. Alright, so that's a flesh pound. Flesh pounds are the second kind of mini boss type of monster in this game, and they are truly terrifying. When he's yellow, he's not that bad. When he's red, run like fuck. And he just went red. He'll destroy other mobs in his path as he's coming to murder you, and he hits hard. I got lucky there. I think most of those were headshots, or else I wouldn't have survived. I should probably switch to the A12, because there's a lot of stalkers. But yeah, flesh pounds are bad news. In harder difficulties, they will tear through your line and horribly murder everyone in your party. Because this game is up to 6-person co-op, which is nice. Actually, it's really nice because it gets really fun if you get a good group together and start playing on like the harder difficulties, like hard or hell on earth. Or what's the other one? I feel like those are the 2. So yeah, like I love this game. I love this game entirely too much. So technically, so if you look at the top right-hand corner, you have that number 9 is how many zombies are left, and then it says wave 4 to 4. There are technically 5 waves in this game. The final wave is the boss wave, where you fight the Patriarch, who is a giant dick. He's just a phallus. You fight a phallus. What the trader just said is basically what she has a couple phrases she'll say when it's the final wave. That's one of them. Yeah, the Patriarch is bad news. He's basically the combination of the worst parts of every one of those monsters. So he can turn invisible, he can smash you with his fists really bad, he has a minigun, and he has a rocket launcher on his arm. So yeah, he's bad news. You don't wanna fight him in a straight fight. You wanna do sneaky things like what I'm about to do, which is buy pipe bombs. I can only afford the 2. Okay, whatever. I'll deal with that. Pipe bombs are essentially landmines. They'll blow up when an enemy steps on them. And I think they only do it with bigger enemies too. I need to get outside before he spawns. So yeah, I like pipe bombs a lot. They are handy. Where's the spawn? Please don't be close. Please don't be close. Please don't be close.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Show you all.
He's kind of close, but far enough away that I can. Which way is he going? I can tell. Far enough away that I can get. Basically, when you're fighting the Patriarch, you want to find some cover, because his guns don't hit through cover. And oh shit! So when he says one in the pipe, he has a rocket. Ow! Loaded. That was a good shot. He'll load up his minigun now. Where'd he go? Come here, bitch. Shit! No, 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 no. Alright. shit. This way. No, 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 no. This way. Hey, ugly. No. He went the wrong way. So, now he's invisible, which means he's going to try to close distance. That's when you want to lay into him. So he'll turn invisible again. Fuck you. No, go away. And he'll spawn other minions. Now, when he bails, he's going to heal, and you need to... Ah, shit. You need to stop him from doing that, because that just means it's more health. You gotta get off of him later. Please don't be chasing me right now. Please don't be chasing me. But yeah, he's a dick. Oh, I blew up the cloths. I was hoping to get him. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Ah, I didn't think I was gonna get him. But yeah, that's the boss fight. He sucks normally, but I think I'm... Am I playing on... I can't remember if I was playing on normal or easy. I hope it was normal, because that makes me not a liar. But that was pretty easy, and I feel like it might have been easy. So yeah, that's KillingFloor in really nutshell. Normally, you'll play on games that are up to 10 waves, which is a lot of fun, but a lot longer, and I didn't want to make this video super long. So if you look in this corner right here, that's footage from good old KillingFloor 2, which I am incredibly excited for. But I'll end this video here, so thank you all for watching, and and like always, tell your wife, tell your friends, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell just about everyone, because every little bit helps. Thanks. Bye.